anti-party activities. So it seems like it's a battle of anti-party activities in the PDP, with the governor, Samuel Atom, who is a member of the Integrity Group, as they call them, as they used to. I don't know if they still the Integrity Group or the G5, if that still exists, or they've just disbanded that group. Because it seems like that group is no longer as prominent as they were before the elections. We have joining us this morning to discuss that bit, Mr. Ibrahim Sani. Sani Ibrahim is a member of the People's Democratic Party. I don't know if you're still a member of the Integrity Group, Mr. Ibrahim. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, good morning.
I'm glad to have you join us this morning. Let's begin. Let's begin this conversation by talking about some of the wranglings in the party. This was the kind of crisis that also that people have attributed to what led the party into losing the 2023 presidential elections and also losing some seats at the National Assembly. What do you make of the ward level, or the ward party at the ward level suspending the national chairman of your party?
Well, it's unfortunate what has bedeviled the party since I coming on board. The party lacks cohesion, they lack vision, and they lack ideas in terms of problem solving. The whole crisis, for me, if you have a good manager, it's not something that should last beyond 5 minutes to solve. The organization prioritize their aims and objectives. Did the leadership of PDP prioritize their aims and objectives going to 2023 election? My answer is no. That is why you allow 5 governors of your party to move away and to win the election. Unfortunately, that is what happened. And this thing, I think I call it Nigerian criminal virus. It permeates. One never thought it could go into PDP, whereby you will overlook 5 governors. If you go back to history, 2014, 5 governors and the now presidential candidate of PDP left the party with other senators and House of Rep members. And what happened? The party lost the election and went into opposition. If there is sense of history in the leadership, 5 governors again, you prick yourself and say, no, this should not happen again. And then you resolve the issues. I knew it would come to this level, whereby at what level a national chairman will removed when the suspension started flying from left, right, and center, inviting a governor to come and face disciplinary committee. I knew the next step, I will be suspended at the ward level. Because it has come to the level of you punch me, I punch you in PDP. PDP is governed by gossip, by those in authority in the party. Simple. They sit down and just gossip, and then they carry out whatever they want to carry. Nobody is thinking through the problems and opportunities of the party any longer. Those who sit down, look at them. They lost the elections. Sokoto, gone. Benue also could not. Even though he would tap himself at the back, okay, I achieved, I deny Atiku. But these are all ego fighting. The party shouldn't have allowed to happen. So IU is reaping what he sowed, as far as I'm concerned. The party is no longer something that is interesting, honestly.
Well, you seem to blame the party on the leadership of the party, and you say since IU took over, the party hasn't been, what it used to be. But then I'd ask, do you still believe in the Integrity Group? Does the Integrity Group still exist? Considering all that played out in the election, some of the only the only person who won an election in that group would be, Sheyi Makinde of Oyo State. And one is wondering, They also say he played, he played the game of, shook hands across board with other political parties to ensure his victory at the polls. What does this leave the party PDP?
You know, the G5 have a definition of their fight. And what is that definition? To stop Atiku. Whether they lost their own in the process of stopping him, they are satisfied with the answer they got. Enugu stopped him. I don't know whether they won the governorship election because it's controversial. But the governor lost his senatorial ambition. Labour Party took the state at presidential and National Assembly. Abia lost all through. I think he's satisfied that he stopped Atiku. Oyo, he stopped Atiku and he still won his state as a governor. You go back to Rivers, yes, he stopped Atiku. Atiku did not get even 25%, and they still won their governorship and the state assembly, albeit controversially or whatever, but that is for the courts to decide. Even the presidential election that APC, I can't just imagine it. I have tried to do a lot of checks around that. It doesn't just come true. Whatever they did there, history will judge them. So, for them, I think they are victorious. Even Otom, despite not winning his senatorial and election, stopped the PDP at presidential level, but could not deliver the governorship level. I think they are all fulfilled.
Can you say that he stopped? And can you say that any of these people?
They know the enemy they want to stop, and they stopped him.
Can you say that any of these people were victorious in any way if they couldn't deliver their own candidates? These were people who wanted other people to succeed them, who had candidates that they wanted to succeed them, but they couldn't even deliver those people.
Yes, it was a big ego fight, my brother, very big. I don't mind stopping you even if I'm going to lose. That is just the whole thing. And I think they are fulfilled. It doesn't really matter. If their aim is to a certain presidency, and it happened, why do you think they should regret the action? No, they are proud of what they did. And some of us who think for national integration, peace, unity, should come to the South. Yes, it is in the South. It's being challenged. It's up to the Southerners, the two candidates. Even Atiku is challenging it. Let's see what the court will do. But sometimes the alternative of the South is not even a good thing at this election. We don't just take anything and say it is okay. So that's the way I see it.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about Sokoto State for instance, for a bit. The Sokoto State Governor Aminu Tambuwal was, touted to be the hero of the PDP primaries, and then he goes on to lose his seat, the governorship position to an ally of former governor who was his, deputy in his first tenure as governor of the state. At this point, can you say that the PDP has the capacity to win? If they couldn't win with the presidential, Aminu Waziri Tambuwal was with the presidential candidates of the party and couldn't win his own state at the governorship level. Can you now say, would it be okay because people have said this 2023 election would be the end of PDP? What do you make of that assertion that the PDP may be dead and gone after this round of elections?
If you look at, if you go back and review Aminu Tambuwal's political trajectory, he has always taken opportunity that presents itself. But this last election, all those who created the platform that he rode on in the past were no longer there. And what happened? He crashed. So he has always been standing on a quicksand. A little shit. He crashed. His senatorial, he couldn't win even senatorial election. He couldn't win the governorship, his successor. So You look at it, PDP, what is the priority when they were doing all this fight? The National Working Committee, the NEC, who stood by you must remain, the party must produce a northern president. Where did they look at that they would drive their capacity to win this election from? These are things. And they didn't review their strategy when people will jump into the fray, knowing that the Southeast used to be their backbone. They can go to bed and sleep. They know that Southeast would always vote for their presidential candidate. But immediately people will be jump into the fray. They should have reviewed their relationship with the G5 and call off the fight and make amends, knowing that Southeast is no longer there. And when the wildfire of LUP was raging across South, we all knew that it's game over for PD. No matter how the election is conjured, they couldn't, with those 5 governors annexing and what the new kid on the block, LP, it will be obedient to are doing. The PDP never stood any chance. And they are weak power holders like Aminu Tambuwal, Yocha Ayu, and even Adamawa, the governorship is going to the wire. So you start asking yourself, where are they going to? Why are they fighting? Instead of keeping 5 that they are sure of, fighting them, pushing them out, where are they going to get the remaining of the vote to scale through? Now everything now has gone into history. I hope they will learn a lesson so that this PDP leadership should go on the peace and on a shorter diplomacy for peace, reconciliation, and forgiveness, and start rebuilding and start bringing back those who left, and be humble about it. Nothing like wearing babariga and talking tough. No, Nigeria has changed. Labour Party have changed the dynamics. Election result will count now going on. Voters are holding their, like AK, their vote will count. They will determine who becomes what in the Nigerian political firmament. So PDP need to come down from their high horse to the level of the electorate, start making peace within themselves, extending olive branch to those who left in anger or for whatever reason, and then rebuild the party to see. But if not, Labour Party, more people will join Labour Party. With the Ajia State the governor-elect Oti, a very good man who I think will also perform, coming from the P2B governance philosophy. We'll see. Examples will abound for people to management governance will go through. So for PDP, it's left for them. They need to come down and go on shuttle diplomacy to their members who are aggrieved, who left for one reason or the other, because they still stand a good to correct their mistakes. They start now. You have about 4 years before the next election. If not, they will be left behind.
Now,
they lost a very big opportunity because APC already messed up Nigeria. Even now, I ask people, they said the APC won the presidential election. I asked myself, they lost Lagos, they lost Ocean, they lost Abuja, they lost Kano, they didn't win Kano, they didn't win Kaduna, they didn't win KB, they didn't win Katsina, the president's state. They didn't win the DG of the party campaign council state, Plateau. They didn't win Nasarawa, that the governor was saying it will be the gathering a football pitch to do his rally. They didn't win it. So you start asking, they have no foothold in the southeast. South, we know what happened in Rivers. So where did they get their
Nigeria needs an opposition. The PDP presented the biggest opposition party, or was the biggest opposition party in the country. As it is, seems to be losing their position with just about 6 government and the Nigerian democracy. If we do not have a viable opposition, we saw what happened in the last, even with APDP being one party in the last 8 years, people have said there hasn't been an opposition party to the APC. With the way that things have further degenerated in the PDP, what kind of democracy would we have, with a weakened opposition?
Yeah, honestly, PDP supposed to be the biggest in terms of being an opposition, because these guys get away with everything. Yes, you see. Ordinarily, they should not even have been anywhere near winning this election. If PDP had been a very real opposition, and who will you blame? Who is their leader, actually? Ordinarily, the presidential candidate in 2019 was supposed to lead the opposition, even across parties in Nigeria. But he was not there. Others did that, and then somehow things changed, and then grievances and cleavages within the party. So, if they, like I said, they need to rebuild. They need to go on shorter diplomacy for reconciliation, forgiveness, and apologies across the party, so that they cannot form that bulwark of an opposition to the APC. Because look at the suffering during this cash squeeze. It's enough to galvanize Nigerians against this government. Look at the ASU strike the other time. Nothing works. The basic things that grows an economy, the fuel is not there, electricity is epileptic. Then we came and this cash what? It's not even cashless. There was no cash in the system. If you are buying something of 500 naira, you have to do transfer, pay 100 naira. So somehow the government lost it, but the opposition was not there to capitalize. They just believe, there was this belief within the PDP, Buhari is not on the card, so it is easy. They will collect his vote from northern Nigeria plus their own, and then win in the south, like Southeast will always vote for them. Who tells them it's that easy with LP? So it wasn't. And that's how they lost it. That's how they lost it.
Do you see more people leaving the PDP, especially the G5 governors, who most of them are not returning to any political position? Do you see them also,
No, they are not leaving. They have never said they are going to leave. In fact, they will retrieve the party and refocus it. From what the pillars I'm going, they are not going anywhere. They would have left before the election to join any other party. They are not leaving. I don't think they are leaving.
Let's quickly look at what the economy would be looking like if we look at the subsidy removal, for instance, that's coming very shortly. The APC or the presidency says they're going to remove the fuel subsidy before May 29, and stakeholders are saying the cost of fuel may go up to about 750 naira per liter. We all know that once fuel prices go up in this country, every other thing goes up. Looking at that and the way that the country is, politically, do you think that would further breed a bad blood for the APC? And can the PDP also capitalize on that to see if they can
the subsidy
lobby other people?
Regime, and it's not even the subsidy is the problem. It's the corruption and the inefficiency in the system. Let me tell you this. When you bring a vessel carrying this PMS, there is efficiency. The subsidy will not really be too high. Government will be able to. And who says we cannot do like 10% subsidy, 20% subsidy to really keep it within the reach of Nigerians so that you don't push so many people into poverty? You may not give 100% subsidy, but if you manage the process with transparency and efficiently, the cost will come down. Most of the high cost of the projected high cost is due to inefficiency. If a vessel arrives today, but today, by tomorrow start offloading and without incurring any demurrage, the cost will not be high. The inefficiency is too much. And then the exchange rate is where the devil lives in. That's the big elephant in the room. Anytime you devalue the naira, that means you need more naira for every single dollar. So even if you buy the barrel of crude oil or refined petroleum product for $100, it means you need more naira to pay for it, to the dollar you are going to pay. So the cost at the local level will go up. So you need to manage efficiently the exchange rate. Then the efficiency at the port and transparent pricing of the imported product. But if they remove it now, well, let us see how they will manage the outcome. With all this inefficiency and all that, and they remove the subsidy, I am seeing an implosion. Nigerians cannot bear it. 750? No, it's not possible.
They say politics begins from the day after an election. The 2023 elections has already gone, and people are already talking about the 2027 election. What's on the ground? What are the prospects for the PDP in the 2027 elections? Would you see the candidates in this year's election coming out in 2027 again, or would it be his final opportunity to run? And also looking at the people in the PDP at the moment, who can the PDP be looking at to field in 2027 to be able to wrest power from the APC?
Well, look, wresting power from the APC, even their incoming government will not be different from what we have. Some people are saying it's Buhari Pro Max. It's just for PDP to put his house in order and also understand the power dynamics of Nigeria. You can't keep power in one side of the country, whether you are the one at the center of power or another party in a region. You need to understand that sensibility. It is very, very important. Look, some people who are not even PDP are celebrating that power presidency is coming to the south. They see it for the unity of Nigeria. And this same thing happened in 2015. Some people left the PDP because PDP wanted to still keep it in the south. I don't know why there was no sense of equity in this whole brouhaha of PDP. So it's left for them, put your house in order, do the power matrix correctly, move it to where it's supposed to go, support everybody, come together in unity. Start opposing the bad policies of this government now and rebuild your party. You and LP will be struggling who will defeat this contraption called the ruling party now, APC.
Looking at the fact that we have now two opposition parties as it is, the Labour Party and the PDP, like you mentioned, some people say, look, the reason the APC won this election is because, the PDP and the APC were from the same bloc and now divided against itself. The Labour Party being like a faction of the PDP, and that was what led to the loss of the PDP in this election. Is there a possibility of the APC, rather the PDP and Labour Party, teaming up together to form a strong opposition to oust the APC?
I don't think the ideology differs. The ideology driving Labour Party is different from if PDP. PDP was the ideology, maybe national unity. They have even lost it. So it's not the same ideology. And a lot of younger people who supported Labour Party, unless PDP will subsume into Labour Party, then merger will happen. But for Labour Party into PDP, no. It's an ideological based party based on the governance style of the person and his personality, antecedent, and capacity and his world view. So you don't have similar thing in PDP. So I don't see much.
You have referred to the PDP as they and they and they. Have you left the PDP? And what party do you belong to now if you've left the PDP?
Honestly, I don't see myself any longer as a member of PDP.
Why is that so?
I may not. Well, because of the everything that happened within that party. Because problems that are no problem that you can sit in the office for 5 minutes and solve, it dragged them throughout the cycle of this election. So it doesn't show people are serious to really salvage Nigeria. So
all right,
that's why.
The conversation continues. We'll be talking more 09073530044 and 09087668888 are the numbers to call to join in the conversation. But before then, keep it with us.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
There you are, riding in silence, both deep in thought. I bet you the driver think this ride shouldn't cost more, and you the passenger are sure you're overpaying. Never mind, let's just stay quiet. Or you can both download InDrive and agree on a fair price beforehand. InDrive, people driven. The InDrive online passenger transportation aggregator is not a taxi service. For more information, visit indrive.com.
Yanga bit, only 100 naira. 100 naira, you enter. Anybody can bid. If you win your bid.
You get what you want buy, but you don't get money. Microwave, TV, I mean you want pay never bill. Download Yanga Beat from any online store with 100 naira. Fund your wallet. Choose a plan for your Get Pass. Start spinning and winning. The player with the highest number wins the bid. Anything when you want buy, you can bid it and win it. Yanga Beat, Nigeria's online marketplace.
You can call us on 091 3000 2014 091 3000 2014.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Thank you for staying with us. This is Eagles Outlook on your radio experience. You can count on. We're talking about the crisis in the PDP. We see that the word level, the national chairman of the People's Democratic Party has been suspended. and it was declared over the weekend. And well, many Nigerians cannot understand what's going on in the People's Democratic Party anymore. We have joining us in this discussion Mr. Sani Ibrahim, who says he no longer considers himself as a member of the PDP because of the fact that they haven't been able to resolve the crisis, small issues in the party that shouldn't have lasted so long. You can be a part of the conversation now, joining, and let's talk 09073530044. That is 09073530044 and 09087668888. 09087668888. You can send SMS and WhatsApp messages to 09097054450. Now, Mr. Ibrahim, let's talk about your the polity as it is. What's going on since the fallout of the from the fallout of the elections? Political parties going to court. The Labour Party, the PDP, instituting cases against the All Progressives Congress and INEC, and saying, well, we do not agree with the outcome of the elections. What do you make of what's going on? Do you see a chance of the election results being overturned at the courts as it is?
It is overturned because the umpire did not stick to the rules. He went all over the world telling us their own internal guidelines will be implemented 100%. In fact, a lot of Nigerians for the first time went out because of that assurance. And he will follow the Electoral Act. And unfortunately, very, very sad, he did not. So, ordinarily, Nigerians should bring a class action against INEC for deceiving them, for making them to go and queue in the sun and the rain, and he failed them. And all his promises, he did not keep to it. So it is high time institutions of government and those who manage them should be dealt with legally when they fail to keep to the rules. It's not like a referee in a match. And he decided to start officiating like he's officiating a hockey or basketball instead of football match. You understand? So that's why you see FA coming in to suspend match officials when they mishandled a football match or any other game. So this election, presidential election, he abandoned all their guidelines. He decided to do what he wanted to do. So in fact, the party should even challenge INEC alone, not even the result, for not keeping to the rule. Therefore, the election should be cancelled for a new election outrightly. So I see them standing a good chance.
All right. Well, the matter is subsidies, so we would not speak too much about it.
Talk too much on it.
Yeah. So let's get the callers in. See you been itching to join the conversation. 09073530044 and 09087668888. SMS and WhatsApp, go to 09097054450. Do we have a caller here? Okay, seems like we lost that one. Try to call back. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, my friend.
Good morning to you. Is this Don?
Yeah, this is Don.
I'm glad you're here. Go ahead, let's hear you, please.
Okay, I just want to commend your analyst. Everything he said, he understood everything about our system. May God bless him. Seriously. There's nothing to add. He just understood. If we can do everything that man has said, I assure you Nigeria will be better.
All right.
Have a blessed day.
Thank you very much, Don, for your inputs in the conversation. 09073530044 and 09087668888. We'll take a few more calls and then we get back with my guest. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
That is too much, Honorable Minister, off your mic.
Honorable Minister, good to have you. Let's hear you.
The guest has said it all. And all what he says is the truth. If not because of selfish interest, that is the problem PDP have. PDP was my party. But PDP, because of power, somebody doesn't have feeling, human feeling again. See, Buhari is from where? It's a north. It's a Fulani, Hausa Fulani. 8 years. And you Atiku, you are coming here again. Hausa Fulani, 8 years. The federal government, is it federal government of Fulani or federal government of Nigeria? So that is where they lost it. The southeast and other south and other places. You understand? They should just remove that selfish interest. Wike or his son, nobody know where. He just is hawk. Yeah, you know they're up, you know they're down. But let's see PDP at least. They should learn from their past mistakes. Right.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. PDP learned from the past mistakes. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother. How are you?
I'm very well, Adonoja. Good to have you.
Good morning, my regard to your analyst there. You see, my brother, we have intelligent people in Nigeria. See the way this guy is speaking. We can allow this guy to be one position in Nigeria if he maintains his character. Within 3 years, Nigeria will change. But they can't permit it. Because maybe you don't have opportunity, maybe you don't belong to one religion group or one certain people or one class. We have intelligent people, but what I used to tell you, and that's the thing I will tell you. In any corrupt country, now you will change it. But the problem we have in Nigeria, we have to use where you speak grammar too much. There's no action. If there's action, all this deadwood can't continue the politics in this country. Example, look the way INEC dragged Nigeria into problem now. Think about the way they do this election. All the youth came out to vote. But where what they focus is not the place. They have to go back. Even they do minor work, what they tell us to do. So where the human rights now? Where those people is calling human rights this and this and this. So they go to court and challenge INEC. All the cases against the INEC for breach of trust. What they tell us to do, they are going to do, they not do it. Let them go to court and find a case against the INEC. But nobody is talking now because they are looking for political appointment. I will go to continue on this. I'm appealing to you in Nigeria. There is many corrupt countries in Nigeria in the world. Now you to change it. Let you to come out and change the country for us.
Okay,
where we are going. Thank you very much. God bless Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now let's come back to you, Mr. Ibrahim. You see, in the last couple of days, we've seen people stoke ethnic hate and what do you call it now? Divisions amongst Nigerians and profiling amongst Nigerians. Absolutely, to the point where the Deputy British High Commissioner yesterday, spoke about it and said some Nigerians would have to be sanctioned. Says there are 10 people on the list, and specifically mentioned the former Minister of Aviation and chided him and all that. What do you think? What do you think we can do as a nation to curb this and ensure that it doesn't further snowball into something else?
Well, the ethnic profiling, which occurs more in Lagos, is very sad and unfortunate. And the worst part of it, leaders, even pretentiously, to call for a halt, they didn't do because it benefits them. How can, for God's sake, a citizen of Nigeria, within Nigeria, is being stopped from voting because it's from one ethnic group? Have we lost everything, all our values, because of an election? Because we support one single individual? And it is either him or you cannot come out to vote? And the government kept quiet? And the party did not stand itself, like the British Deputy High Commissioner said, and even the President-elect did not intervene in that. And continuously, this thing is going on. It's going on. It's very sad. There is need to stop, to put a stop to it. We are just destroying ourselves for nothing. How will you, for God's sake, call tell a fellow countryman not to come out to vote of a particular ethnic group if he's not voting for your party? Who does that? And the president kept quiet throughout this crisis. What happened in Lagos is just like what happened in Rwanda. It started like that, profiling one ethnic group, showing hatred deeply. You go to the social media. I mean, how do you want them to feel after this whole thing? Rejection, dejection, not wanted. It's not fair. It's not something this country should tolerate. I think every person that participated in that ethnic profiling, from Bayo, Nanugao, Femi, Panika, all of them should be questioned. Even for the sake of it, no matter how, whatever happens. It should not just go like that. Because they are.
Hello, Mr. Ibrahim. All right, seems like we lost connection there. Let's bring in another caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, my name is William Dixon.
Williams, good to have you join us.
Yes, thank you very much. Obviously, there is something I do want to ask. Please. I was listening to Honorable Ape yesterday while he was on broadcast with Yangabi. So there was something he talked concerning some industrial cleaning package like that. So I tried calling him, he was not responding. So that's the reason why I'm calling this morning. There is a package for industrial cleaning that the Yanga representative brought to the station, radio station, and they were showing it at, for the persons that are opportune to watch it online. So I'm interested in it. I don't know how to get to these Yanga persons. Maybe this stuff can be.
You know what? So you know what? Just send us a message and then would what do you call it? Ape would be able to take it up from there. Okay? Send a message to our WhatsApp line, and Ape would take it up from there.
It's okay.
All right.
It's okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, we're wrapping up. Mr. Ibrahim, what would be your thoughts to Nigerians looking at the fact that some of these people who have been mentioned would most likely be the people who would form the next government, who will be a part of the next government. And already if people perceive them to be biased and, especially along ethnic lines, what would be the fate of other Nigerians who may be relying on them to man one ministry or the other as the new government is formed? Hello, Mr. Ibrahim. Oh, seems like we still have that issue. Another caller is here. Hello, good morning.
Hello, my prince.
Good morning, Paul. I'm glad you're here, Paul.
Thank you very much, my prince. You see, what is happening in this country, care is not taking it to grow more than this. Because this ethnic profiling that we started during this election, it wasn't as visible as this before. But this election brought out a new dimension to it. And if care is not taken, it will grow. Because the way it was taken was pushed to the extreme. That to an extent that some people are beginning to feel shaking even in other parts of this country. Especially when we look at I don't know how to put it. You see, from Lagos down to the north, I want to give you an instance of Kaduna State. When Governor Emma started the Muslim ticket, he said it was based on competence. But when you look at, if you go through the Facebook and follow some people's handles, you will see that it's not about competency. You will see a lot of religion being brought into it. To an extent that some people are being tagged as if they are not part of the state or part of the people who are ruling the state or part of the people who are ruling the country. So if care is not taken, at the end of the day, in my consumers, we are just looking at it as a joke. I'm supporting the Western world giving sanctions to those who play a role in establishing this kind of ethnic cleansing or profiling that we're seeing today. And my friend, I don't know whether you know somebody at the FCDA that was CISO. You see, I don't know why uniform people would take the law into their hands. We're struggling on this Barbanyanya road because they have an estate along close up immediately after the Abacha barracks down. They now carry drums and block the side of the road. Because of people who are coming out of the estate, they blocked the road. They divided the road. Again, putting drums.
Where is that?
What kind of lawless society?
And but when did this happen? When did this happen?
They just carried drum. We were sitting like joke. They were just stopping cars, pushing cars to the other side. And they packed roads and divided the road. We are struggling all the way from Nyanya. We come and hit before Abacha Barracks. Because they have an estate there, uniform people will just be behaving as if they were in a banana, I don't know, republic. They will just take the laws in. Because they have an estate, they build a gate there, and they are putting all drums to block everywhere again. Meanwhile, there's a project that is ongoing for erosion. This project has been going on since last year. They have not finished it. They put pavement on the road, causing more problems for us here. Please help us talk to the FCDA. I don't know whether it's FCDA who is in charge of this kind of thing. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Paul. At this point, some people take the laws into their hands and they feel like they're bigger than even the laws of the land. Sometimes you would want to wonder why that is so. Let me not go there. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, I greeted you, Mr. Sunday the Prince, calling you this morning.
I'm glad you're here, Sunday the Prince.
Yeah, I greet your guest. She has spoken it on. PDP is not yet ready to learn their lesson. When Atiku left in 2015, he packed so many of the PDP members down to APC because they want power to shift back to the north. You understand? At the end of the day, even Goodluck pleaded that he should allow him. He said no. And that was by the way. Then we forgive him in 2019 because we felt he's the only one who can rescue power from Buhari. Eventually, he tried to get it right in 2019. We're not asking, sir, we have tried for you, I've given you all the support. Allow the power back to sound so that the equity and justice will balance. Then at the end of the day, because of some people's interest, they decided to do so. You understand? And that is why people like P2B and the rest of them left. And look at it, when we are still telling the PDP, look, you need to trade with caution. As it stands now, the labor movement might shock you guys. They are still telling us that we don't have structures, that won't even win Anambra. What happened next? It was even the Labour Party that retired PDP himself. Because almost all the stronghold of PDP where we had Labour over conquered. So I believe PDP, if they are ready to learn their lesson, fine. If they are not ready, we will find another alternative. When we are dying for PDP was when there is no third force. But thank God that Labour were able to gather about over 40 members. 4 senators, 36 Federal House of Assembly, with a countless number of state House of Assembly, and 1 governor in their kitty. I think for first attempt they never do bad. So I think we'll find an alternative. If PDP likes to put their house in order, so if they don't like, we'll find alternative. And we're strategizing, waxing stronger. I believe that problem will not occur, so that the Labour Party will remain united, remain a third force, so that at least by God's grace, all the pre-elections, all the other sub-elections, like some state governor elections are coming up next year and next 2 years. We will do well in those places. Then gradually, come 2027, I believe we're coming out again in full force. And by God's grace, we want to take over the power. So either PDP likes, let them put their house together or not.
Okay.
We have found alternative. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much. Thank you for calling. Mr. Sani, let's quickly close. And what would be your thoughts to Nigerians as it is, some people do not even believe that they would ever participate in the electoral process again of the country. They don't see the need to. What would you say to those Nigerians who may have lost hope in the process? Are you there?
Hello?
Yes. My question is, as we close, what would you say to Nigerians who may have lost hope in the process, who will say, well, I'm not going to participate in elections again in this country? Uh-oh, seems like...
Hello?
Can you hear me?
No?
Okay, seems like we have a big problem now, but then I'll have to...
Hello, yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so, good. What would you say to Nigerians who have lost hope in the electoral process in this country? Some of them are saying, I would not participate in elections again in this country. What would be your thoughts to those people as we go?
Yes, people are angry, people are feeling bad, but over time, we'll continue to advocate and plead with them to keep the faith. The election process will continue to improve. It wasn't even a hopeless case. The beavers actually worked. If not what happened in the presidential election, it worked. You didn't see that multiple numbers from Kano, Lagos, Rivers, that's 1 million plus, 900 plus. You don't see those numbers. The almighty river did not produce more than 600-700 in the presidential and national and the state election, all in all, for all the parties when you add it together. So beavers worked. So gradually, election will improve. I believe before the next cycle of election, the man there might not be the person there. And not a better person with proven integrity, who is ready to be patriotic and work for the nation, will be there. Gradually, institutions will keep on getting better. But we need to keep the faith, watch our vote, and keep on praying for a better country.
All right.
So those people who feel dejected should not lose hope in the process.
Mr. Sani Ibrahim, thank you so much for talking with us this morning. We really appreciate your thoughts on the program.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Have a fantastic day ahead. Yeah. And this is where we drop the anchors on the program this morning. Again, do not lose hope in yourself, because losing hope in Nigeria would mean losing hope in yourself. This is your country. This country belongs to every one of us, and we would continue to do what we can in whatever little way you can. Continue to make sure that this country advances and gets to a better place. My name is Ihia Nacho Prince, and that's our show for today. Join us again tomorrow at the top of the hour 9, when we'll look at some other issues in the country and in the polity. Keep it with us on your radio experience. You can count on the Midday Extra crew takes over right after business news.